Hitting that button.
Boom.
Corey, do you want room noise?
I already got it though.
Do you need it? Do you need room noise?
Are those some fancy
Josh.
dice? What up, G?
Josh, okay.
What up, G?
Okay,
What up?
quickly. Okay, this.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right, this. Okay. Wait a sec. Okay. That. Or that. Which do you like best?
Oh, I like that. I like that very last one because it sounds like walk like an Egyptian might start up.
Right?
All the old paintings on the room.
I'm trying to build my brand, trying to figure out. So people seem to like the sound of me scratching my beard very close to a microphone. So that's good news.
Oh, I didn't know.
Given the options,
I guess
that one is the preference.
Gonna do half an hour of that, put it up on YouTube as some ASMR, see if I can monetize.
I didn't know the A in ASMR standard for Adam.
Of course it does. All A's stand for Adam.
Oh, good news, the Oakland A's. I'm only calling them the Oakland Adams from now on. What are you talking about? Oh, didn't you know that's their full name?
Yeah, like the Adam Motor Adam.
The Adam Medical Adam.
Exactly. Precisely.
Josh Adam Kagan. Tough break, Grandpa.
Don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, sad.
Don't make the rules.
This is episode 8.
We did it!
Title was Slacking Off, Having No Desire, and Taking a Break.
Yeah, I had slacking off, lack of ambition on a break.
I had, listen y'all, sabotage, having no greed, and taking a break.
Wow.
I don't know if there's a lot of sabotage in this episode, though.
I mean, like the wife sabotages the guy's money.
Lottery winnings. Yeah.
I'm ready to have a lot of conversations tonight about the right and wrong way to teach people a lesson.
I don't know, because I personally come from a passive-aggressive background, so this direct action in this episode is very off-putting.
It's aggressive for sure.
Oh, well, we kick off, and those two dipshits are still fighting.
It's true.
The husband and wife that we met in last episode, they're arguing about stuff. Edgy transforms back from being Kamen Rider Triple O to just being a dude. He tries to split them up, get them to stop fighting.
The husband's like, here, hold my wife.
Yeah. Well, they didn't even notice that he turned into a superhero and back, basically in front of them. They're just like, where did you go?
They're very wrapped up in their own shit.
It's true.
They've got a lot to focus on by being the worst people imaginable.
I gotta say, they're better this episode than they were last episode.
A whole lot. There are some real nice little character moments in this that I felt like kind of sort of made up for the shit parade that I ended up liking anyways, because I don't have anything invested in this one way or the other last week. It's fine. Everything's fine. How are you? Yeah, no, there's actual writing and thinking that went into this episode, and it's been a minute, and I thought it was nice. Thought it was pleasant.
I agree.
So we leave those two dipshits and a man who doesn't know how to stop a person from hitting another person, even though he's a superhero.
Well, hold on. The woman lady, the wife, steals the lottery ticket. The 777 lottery ticket.
Yes.
It's a motif.
That's the important thing.
Triple things.
Yeah.
Oh.
She has the ticket. What will she do with it? We'll find out. But first, there's an arms race going on.
Oh.
Is it a race if there's only one?
It's too late. The joke already happened.
Is it? Is it?
I'm just expressing my displeasure.
I felt it in my ears.
Ankh basically does a, hey, Doc, look over there, and throws some medals up in the air. Uva goes, That's who. It's been 1,000 years since we recorded an episode. This is Uwe he's fighting, right? He's Uwe protected.
Yep.
He throws some medals in the air like he don't care. Uwe goes whoop and jumps right at them, and Ankh slithers away, real beat up and in real bad shape.
And very cleverly uses the grasshopper can to throw his voice further away, so Uwe cannot figure out where he's coming from, even though he's like right behind him.
Yep. Uwe's basically like, I got 2 medals, screw this. I'm gonna go get mad at somebody else for a while.
We go to some stupid people. Edgy, the wife, and the husband are now standing on a bridge over what must be the shallowest river in Japan and possibly the world.
I think it's a reservoir.
It is a very standard waterway in Japan.
Oh, my mistake.
They smooth the banks of all of their rivers, and then you get like knee-high water. It's in all the tropes.
When I saw this, I was like, this is like the opening to the first episode of Forza, only like with a bunch of idiots instead of a cool dude.
Yep. Same.
And I thought about our glorious Los Angeles River, which river should be in air quotes, where such movies like Grease and Terminator 2 have
and
both
Volcano.
Yes, of course. I was saving that for last because, of course, that's everyone's favorite.
I was going to say Reservoir Dogs, but technically it in no way does that.
No, but it reminded me of the LA River, which is just this massive paved thing with one little like boop, like a little sidewalk of water that pathetically trickles through it. And you just go look at it and remember that you live in a scorched hellscape. Greetings from Los Angeles.
Like in a river runs through it.
A river kind of sachets through it. A river strolls through it.
I'm not good at LA River movies.
Well, I think we named them all. There's Terminator 2, there's Volcano, of course, and there's Grease. And I think maybe Paula Abdul's Rush video happens there, but don't quote me on that.
Maybe that very special episode of A Different World.
They were all very special episodes in my heart.
Well, maybe to you.
Maybe to me. In a little country called the United States of America, goddammit. Anyway, so over the very tip, look, guys, it's in all the tropes. All these little tiny reservoirs are in all the tropes. So if you don't know about this, just go right off and fuck yourself, like I will. But they're fighting over the lottery ticket, and to teach her greedy shitheel husband a lesson, the wife takes a 1,000,000 yen ticket and throws it into the river. Let us now begin a conversation about how to teach someone a lesson and how to not be a fucking stupid person.
Listen, 1,000,000 yen is basically only like 10 grand.
So, Adam, you're walking down the street eating your all-dressed potato chips and
ketchup chips. Thank you.
maybe they were out. And
son of a bitch.
And whistling some of the Tea Party to yourself or whatever y'all do up there.
Bare naked ladies.
What?
And you not the
political.
Yeah, bare naked ladies, but what is the Tea Party?
You don't know what the Tea Party?
Not the American jerk Tea Party. No, they were sort of like a Led Zeppy kind of like they were like a. They were heavy as fuck.
They were kind of a goth. They were kind of like a gothy sort of like.
They're like a less embarrassing Nickelback.
Oh yeah. That's they were like imagine if Nickelback was like good. If you can do that.
Working on it.
Yeah, they sang a lot about drug addiction and stuff. They were pretty decent.
Anyways, and you find $10,000 in the street. Would you be like, oh, $10,000? Fuck that.
I mean, like that's not even worth bending over for. I don't bend over for more than 1,000,000.
I guess I'll go throw it in the nearest tropy reservoir.
Hey, we have an actual river.
Even better.
It's sluggish, but it's there.
It's my colon is the same way.
I want you to imagine if the Ankh was a little bit nicer. Not like the Ankh from Ankh-Morpork, not the Ankh from this show. That was unnecessarily confusing.
Like so sluggish and on fire, like thick soup.
Yeah, you can't like walk over top of it, but you often can potentially wade through it in the height of summer.
Y'all know how to live. That's what I'm going to tell you for free right now.
And it's brown. It's brown as fuck.
BAF. She throws 10,000 goddamn dollars in the goddamn river, and I'm sorry, I don't care what a shitheel your husband is. Fucking pretend to throw it, pocket that shit, go to Sephora, go get some fried chicken and sit by a fountain, go do whatever. It's $10,000, girl. Live your fucking life, motherfuck. I'm so. Ugh. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. It's just so.
It's okay.
It's just such a stupid move.
Josh, money is a trap.
Okay.
Think about it.
Say it like the guy from Star Wars.
It's a trap.
Okay, moving on.
We get the intro.
dummy husband. Is this when he goes after it? Does he try to splash around after it?
He jumps in, and AG's like, "What?" And then we get the intro.
Yeah.
And I'm like, AG, like, you did not read the situation if you're surprised by that happening.
People like being surprised.
I guess. I don't.
Boo!
Yeah,
that wasn't fun.
I hated that. I hated it.
We cut to Kazari getting thrown through a table.
Yeah.
And I like the scene mostly because they cover like a little tiny box in his yellow fabric and then have a bit of the green, like a shower curtain hung up on a railing nearby. It's very nice having this dialogue between Uva and Kazari.
And Gogo Yubari shames both of them.
Yes.
Basically. It's like, hey, y'all stupid. Give each other your core medals and a half gallon to shut the fuck up.
And then shake hands.
Yeah.
Tell each other you love each other.
Oh, no, Adam.
She's basically their mom.
My mom never bothered to make my sister and I do this, but I definitely did have friends who were like, if they and their sibling were fighting, they had to hold hands and tell each other that they loved each other and kept holding hands. And I always felt like that was basically terrible. That's the worst thing you can do to two humans.
I feel like that's not going to engender love between anybody.
No, it's just going to be sweaty, clammy hands and death stares, and no, it's bad. But these two work it out, and they toss their core medals at each other, and they get blooped into their little chests, and then everybody's real proud and shiny.
And then they both just walk away.
Yeah,
They're like, all right,
we're done.
Enough of this. We're wet. We've got our medals. We're done.
Yep.
Meanwhile, back at Couscous, it's still the Edo period, which was my first indicator that this was still the same day as the previous episode.
But Corey, there's a special of the day at the Couscouserie, and today's special is exposition. Because we're learning everything. Everybody in this town seems to know everyone's goddamn business like it's fucking Twin Peaks or Peyton Place or something. They begin to tell the story of why shitheel photographer husband, we didn't know he was a photographer. I spoiled it. But why shitheel is such a dummy.
You see all those landscape photos over there? Those are his.
Those generic landscape
win
photos?
Awards. Yep.
He used to be the best stock photographer in all the world. See those pictures of white women eating salad? That's him.
My God. He's a genius.
And then we throw to the wife, who is telling the exact same story at the exact same time. Basically what happened was he was making too much of that red hot photographer money. Just rolling in it. Just taking pictures of landscapes and getting PAI dizzle.
See, that's why she undervalues a million yen. She's used to the high life.
But he got too used to it. He was so good at what he did and he made so much money, he lost all of his ambition. And then Edgy makes one of many terrible analogies in this episode. He needs to go to
To be fair, everybody knows they're terrible. It's not like the show is like, he's so good at analogies. Like everyone's like, no, I don't think so.
I want everybody to play that up a little more, and then to the point where when he's like, well, that reminds me of a store, and then they just hit him on the face with a rolled up newspaper. No, do not. But it's not his word. He says something like, it's like when you have summer vacation and you never want to go back to school, but then your parents are like, go back to school. And I found myself thinking, it's a good thing you landed in superhero-dom, because your Will Rogers kind of witty epithets career is not going nowhere.
Is it possible that AG is like, off screen, just getting super baked. And he's just like, yeah, man, it's like, summer vacation and you don't want it to end, but your parents are like, no, you have to do your homework. And you're like, shit, man, I don't wanna.
I think that's a better explanation for what the husband does next, which is just fall
Yes.
over and start screaming for help in a foot of water.
Oh my God. He starts drowning in fucking a bathtub's worth of water. You
Like
dummy.
ankle deep at best.
Oh,
And
it's
AG treats it like oh my God, I have to save him. Which lends
total
credit to him
Baywatch.
maybe being baked. And him being
Yeah.
like, oh my God, this guy's drowning. I gotta help him.
as someone who maybe has been around people who indulge in the devil's cabbage, I will say,
Oh, it's legal here.
oh, it's legal here too, but it's not legal. All the people all over the world who are listening to this podcast, they may not be so lucky.
Our international audience, you're right. I forgot. Mea culpa.
No, I feel like if he was truly high, he'd be like, dude, it's fine. Just ride it out. Just ride it out. Just go on your back and just be like a sea turtle, bro.
If it was anything like me, he'd just be like, oh, that's so far away. I can't get all the way down there.
I got all this stuff I need to do. Yeah, bye.
I need to eat these Skittles.
Or it's the most hilarious thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's true.
Helping would make the hilarious thing stop.
Because he's not going to die. And if he does, then basically Edgy and the wife just sort of nod at each other and go, I wasn't here. Were you here? Nope. Okay, bye. See you later. Sometimes you reach out your hands and sometimes you do that cool guy thing where you reach out your hands and then you slick your hair back real cool. Like.
Sometimes you reach out your hand and a little girl explodes.
Yeah.
Whoa! Every time.
It happens to AG like a lot. At least in his mind.
Wait, does that mean that if he's a stoner, he gets tattoo baked?
So Ankh is decided to ditch the detective's body because it's in pain and not regenerating really quickly, and he crawls along a railing until he stumbles upon a pack of children.
Really, really mean children. Who are already armed with sticks.
Oh yeah, they've already skipped past names not hurting people, and they are armed with sticks and stones, and they are ready to break bones. And of course I didn't write this down because I was tattoo baked. But what is the thing that they call it? They call him some kind of, I looked it up and it's like some kind of mythical jerk snake. Some kind of, yeah. Did anybody write down?
Yomi or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Hey guys, we found a mythical
Let's poke
creature. Let's throw motherfucking rocks at it. Hooray! And then Ankh goes yipe 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 and crawls back to detective and is just sort of like, well, it's a living, and then he's real hurt still.
And then it's nighttime.
The thing is, before the kids see him, they're playing Junkin, and I'm like, is that like a joke because Ankh's just like an arm right now? Is that supposed to be a joke, or is it just like kids do things? I don't know. Also, there's 3 of them. Look, there's no cake this episode, so I'm just gonna count things that are in 3s.
I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to stop you. Edgy and Idiot now live in a fucking van by the river or whatever the fuck.
They're just hanging out in their undies, making fire.
You gotta get your clothes dry. You could catch something.
Yeah. And the best way to do that is to hang out on by the side of the river, make your own fire, and talk about how your granddad, gave you good life lessons about underpants. And also that if you buy ugly underpants, they're just as good as nice ones, but they're cheaper.
I just sort of feel like, why does he need to Boy Scout that fire? Like, surely there's got to be a pack of matches or something. Like, it's just
They got wet.
I understand.
I think he's just showing off, to be honest.
Yeah, that's part of it.
He's like, check out my mad hobo skills.
Yeah. Also, I made a bong out of an apple. Check it.
I've never seen a hobo do that.
Come to Los Angeles. here's my point. If it were me, I would just be like, you know what? I'm going to put on wet clothes and just sort of shake this off. I'm not going to, I don't just like fucking live by the river now. And this is my home.
There's an entire anime about that.
It's true. If you had to go back home to your really angry wife who just threw away your $1,000,000 yen, maybe you'd rather be by the river with this hobo you just met.
I guess. I don't know. I feel like if she threw away $1,000,000 yen, I would be like, you know what? I'm an idiot, but I mean, money still can be exchanged for goods and services, so we both made mistakes today.
Maybe they're hoping they'll meet a kappa.
Maybe. I don't
Josh,
know.
do you know what a kappa is?
No, I don't. Of course I don't. Anytime you say
Corey,
anything...
do you want to field this one?
So a kappa is a Japanese mythological creature which lives in rivers, looks like a, I don't know, turtle duck,
Yeah.
let's say.
Yeah.
They get a beak, and they're green, and they have a little hair ruff, I guess, and they love cucumbers and drowning children.
And they have like a little like bowl on their head that they use to keep water in, so when they're not in the river they don't die. And so if you see a kappa and it's not in the river, you bow to it, because then he has to bow to you, and then his water hat falls off and he dies of dehydration.
Not before I throw rocks and stones at it.
I would do that after.
Yeah. Ha ha!
While it's dying.
Not so great now, are you, Kappa, with your cucumbers and your small children? Weirdly, the only thing I thought when you were explaining that to me was, I guess small children are the cucumbers of humans.
It's not untrue.
So that scans.
Anka's considering calling AG to help him with his death problem.
His death problem.
But he's like, no, we can't show weakness in front of the enemy.
I would also like to say that for the record, Ankh is if you're not gonna watch this episode, and that's fine, he is languishing sexily. That's the note that I took.
That's true.
He definitely was like that could definitely, you take away the soundtrack, that could also be a shot in like a karaoke video of just someone looking of someone just being steamy looking and staring off into the middle distance. And sure, he's a little dinged up, but tomorrow's another day.
I'm sure if you go and you do Anything Goes at karaoke, that shot is probably in there.
I know that's the theme of the show, but for a second, because my brain is
I was just like Indiana Jones.
Yep.
Yes, okay. But you went to the Indiana Jones version?
She did.
The King and I. Fine.
I went to. I just went immediately to just the standard Show Tune Jam. That's not in the.
I don't know.
That's not in the King and I.
That's not. I know.
I mean,
it's another movie.
It's literally.
I would have gone with Sleuth, personally.
What is Sleuth?
There's the original and there's the remake. The original stars Michael Caine and I think Laurence Olivier, and it's a cool like sort of revenge thriller thing. It's very good. The problem is that talking about it would require me spoiling it, and I don't want to do that because it's good. There is also a bad remake with Michael Caine in the Laurence Olivier role and Jude Law some 10 years or so back, but apparently it's not very good and I never watched it.
Oh God, that happened. I completely forgot about that.
Well, so did everybody.
So did everyone. By the way, everyone, if you want to know the musical that Anything Goes comes from, it's from a musical called Anything Goes.
That's the one.
We were way off. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Dang.
So Ankh languishes sexily, and then we go to Kugami to check in with Kugami, and it's real emo up in that piece. There's no cake.
He is staring at the setting sun.
No, there's a lot of karaoke video shots in this episode. And Goto is basically just like he's being. I'm going to go ahead and say it. He's being a pensive little B-word in this episode. He's like, that guy, he's real normal, and he's kind of. You shouldn't give him core medals. You should, who would really love to be Kamen Rider? I'll give you a hint. He's real brooding and handsome. He drives a motorcycle real good, and he's me, please.
Why not Goto?
Don't blame me. I voted for Goto.
Well, Kagami has to get busy with the piano first. So just hold on a minute.
I was so ready for him to just start playing Happy Birthday. that I was sort of shocked that he didn't.
I thought he only knew one song. Okay?
He just loves birthdays so much.
Pretty much.
But no, he in order to answer the question, why can't I be Kamen Rider, he sits down, he plays some piano, and we learned that Kamen Rider 800 years ago put all the greeds away and can do amazing combos and jumps around, and Gad's about to beat the band and blows up monsters. And in none of this, unless I didn't pick up on it, none of this explains why a wandering underpants hobo needs to be Kamen Rider.
It's just very important that it's not Goto. He's like, I'm not going to answer your question, but let me tell you how cool O's was, and maybe you'll understand that you're just not that cool, and you should get Eiji a break.
I just love that Kogami is scoring his own historical retrospective.
He's like John Carpenter. He's telling the story.
Oh, God.
He's doing the music for the story. He's a one-man show.
It's a good thing he's rich.
I don't know. He seems to be good at a lot of stuff. If this running a company that I have no idea what it actually does doesn't pan out, he could be like a lounge singer, like no problem.
I think they distribute vending machines.
Sure. Vending machines that normal people can't purchase anything from. I'm not sure what kind of business model that is. Must be just name recognition.
Yes. If the vending machine business in Canada is anything like the vending machine business in America, then that means one thing and one thing only. He's mobbed right the fuck up. We are now talking about organized crime, my friends. The Black Hand. Cosa Nostra.
So you figure the Yakuza's involved.
In Canada, it's like 50-year-old men named Gordon.
It's true.
Just trying to keep up the family business.
Yeah.
It's mafia.
It's
the Cosa Gordon.
Now I want to watch a Canadian Sopranos set in Nova Scotia.
It's the Sopranos.
No,
I'm done.
You're fired.
Oh, thank God. Oh, you mean it? Bye. Jetpack.
Corey, can we replace him with Jeff, maybe?
Yay! Come on. Well, this is my last episode, everybody. It's been great. I was thinking I was going to make it to 10 episodes before I quit, but have a great time, everyone. The show isn't very good, and I'm going to go back to looking at my dog. Bye!
No. No, as punishment, you have to stay.
I don't like any of this. All right. Well, good news. We still live by the river. That's where I'm going to go. I'm going to just fucking go live by the river, I guess. It's dark. Now it's dark out, and now it's like summer camp, and the two of them are just laying there like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I don't know. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? I don't believe in God, but I believe in like a spirit. Like that's what's happening. Oh, and Edgy's toasting his underpants on a big underpants toast and stick. Like he's making under s'mores.
I mean, like you've put on underwear fresh from the dryer, right?
Nothing better. Not a goddamn thing better in this world.
Like it's gonna hit midnight, and he's gonna need to switch.
It's true.
So why not make them hot and ready for him?
And he's like, yeah, I'm kind of on a break from all my stuff too. You guys like, oh yeah, he came back to make some money. And he's like, something like that. Dead child flashback.
He gives advice from his grandfather, which is again every story he tells is they make all of Gabe Kaplan's uncle jokes from Welcome Back, Kotter seem like Spalding fucking Gray, like the greatest raconteur on the world. His grandfather basically the advice he gave him was like, oh no, people like die whenever, so you better have some underpants.
I mean, it's not bad advice as far as it goes.
I mean, I guess it's just not advice one way or the other. It's just a statement of fact, like people die and you need underpants. If you want to connect those two thoughts, fine.
Here's what I think. I think young Eiji had like a problem with wanting to go commando, and his grandpa was just trying real hard.
Oh, I thought you were going to say sanitation.
Maybe.
You have to have a clean pair for tomorrow, and you have to wear it.
or he was like skid marking his underpants real good, and his grandpa was sick of it, and he's like, all right, all my lessons from this day on will be underpants related until he gets it through his damn skull.
Hey Adam, you know, if
Hey,
AG
three, thanks.
If Edgy decided to not wear underpants when he was being a superhero, you know what he would be called?
Oh God.
He'd be called Kamen Rider Commando OO.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Commando Rider.
No, Commando OO. Oh, no underpants, you know.
Commandos? Yeah.
Edgy has gone commando. Anyway. I'm fired up, motherfuckers. All right.
God.
So he's on break, and then we go to back to the couscousier, and everybody, you know what test they're not passing right now? The Bechdel test, because they're just all just standing around talking about a man. Isn't he dreamy? He should work here. Why doesn't he work here? I wonder what Edgy's doing. Edgy smells nice. What do you think that is? Sandalwood? Like they're just.
It is to just directly contradict what he said about, sticking around here for a job.
Yeah.
Right before that explosion flashback.
Yep. Yeah. Whenever AG's not on screen, the other character should be like, where's AG?
But you know what else he loves? Fried bean buns.
Yep. He sure does.
Yep.
Delicious fried manju. I mean, I could go for some fried manju.
I mean, it sounds good as hell. I guess you can't do... Well, first of all, he was like, I can only do 2. And I was thinking like, oh, I don't know. I feel like I could put away a few more than that. And then I turned into a giant gross cat.
I think he's got a tiny tummy.
Oh, bless.
Probably from all those years on the road, not always having enough food, his tummy shrunk.
Yeah. I should try that. But it's a terrible butt analogy.
He's just going to go on the road for a while.
Yeah, I'm just going to walk the earth like Kane.
Just gonna keep 2 pairs of underpants and just head on out.
That's all I need. But yeah, but Edgy's like, yeah, you know what? Living the good life, it's kind of like, you want 1 bun and then 2 buns, and then you can't have any more buns, but then you can. And if I were the husband guy at this point, I'd be like, yeah, you know what? I think I'm just gonna let my wife yell at me. That's fine.
You know what? Sometimes you just eat 20 accidentally, and then you don't want any more after that.
And the guy's like, dude, no, I just lost all my ambition, and I don't care anymore. Yeah, AG's like, yeah, that's what your wife said too. And he's like, really? My wife knows things about me. And AG's like, I like your marriage. It's good. You guys are good together. Which, like, there's literally no evidence at this point that that's true.
He's a cockeyed optimist, that one. He believes in a thing called love.
Just listen to the rhythm of his heart. So where's Unc during all this? Dying. He's dying.
It's not going...
Lounging in a sultry manner.
Not going well.
Dying all sultry-like.
And then we're back to Shei Kugami, where we're got to...
Wait, no.
No, we're not?
First, Gamel and his bull are, like, wandering around complaining about how much their eyes hurt. Yes. And then Gamel's like, I can't take it anymore. I'm going back to Bazool. And Bull is like, oh, damn that O's. I'm going to get him. He made my Gamel run away.
Oh, quick note. Back by the river, we all forgot this. Edgy burns his underpants.
Right.
Which is God punishing him for a terrible bun analogy. You talked about buns, and now you have no place to put yours. The end.
Meanwhile, in Kugamiville,
yes,
we got a surprise visit from AG, who wants a favor.
Yep.
And Godo's like, oh, what are you doing here?
Oh, shade.
And Sachinaka's like, hey, look, it's AG. I'm in this episode.
We throw to the next day, and the husband and wife are just walking around having auditory hallucinations.
Making their way downtown. Walking fast. Faces pass. They're homebound.
They're walking on some stairs, and... she is going up, he is going down. They don't collide.
No.
But they do see each other in time. And they are in love again.
They forgive each other.
She swats him playfully.
Yes.
They're like, yeah, everything's okay now.
See, I'm hitting you in the good way.
We really thought about all those hobo talks. Because the whole time they're walking around, they're thinking about what AG said. And somehow it helps.
And then she hits him, but with love, with not mean hitting, love hitting.
Playful swat.
Her love language is smacks. And then we throw back to the yummy who I've been calling a bull yummy, You guys my subtitles referred to it as a camel yummy, which I don't think that's
what. No, it is clearly a bipedal cow.
It's Gamel's yummy, I think, is probably.
Yes, my sub screwed up because I was like, that don't look like I got a hump. That's not a camel. But he just starts fucking things up because he's just in a real bad mood, and I've been there.
We got a construction site. There's some men carrying pipes, and there's just some barrels nearby, and the yummy smacks the ground and throws them into the air, and then they explode on contact.
Yeah. If only there were a plucky little plumber with a big hammer to run around and smash those barrels. But he left Japan a long time ago. He and his brother.
He never left Japan's heart.
It's me. The next scene. Edgy meets up with Ankh, who's still sitting there dying sexily, and Edgy's like, "Hey, funny meeting you in a place like this." Or he says something shitty like, you look great, dude. Haha, your body's dying."
I put us into debt with Kogami.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's my problem.
Yeah.
Anyway, here, stop being a jerk and eat these medals.
I will feed you like a mother bird.
Gross! Oh no! I can't unsee that or unthink that. Ew! Ew! Adam, scratch your beard so I feel better. Oh.
It is nice.
That is really nice. All the old paintings on the room, they do the same dance, don't you? Sorry. It's it's like Cartman and Come Sail Away.
This is especially funny because my wife has been watching Stardust Crusaders this week.
I don't know what that is.
Don't worry about
it. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Chapter 3, Stardust Crusaders. The theme song is Walk Like an Egyptian.
The closing theme song.
The theme song.
Say what you will about that song, but it's my favorite song about walking like an Egyptian. He gives Ankh the core medals, and I really want to hear the Popeye music. And I'm sure they're not ever going to license it, but this is really what I needed. I might have to just play it next time.
I mean, you could make your own cut.
That's true. And then they both get on, they look at each other and like, yeah. And then they get on rad ass motorcycles that they apparently pull out of their buttholes. And they're like, yeah. And they go up to the yummy and and then it's fighting time and they do some fighting.
And AG's like, hey, let's use that combo. And Alk's like, I don't think so. Here, just use this
I'm going to stand over here.
More like no. But he changes some medals and he turns into Thunder Chicken again. And I don't care if you think it's a lion. I'm only going to call that face Thunder Chicken. They got some cool ass chickens these days, you guys. I'm not crazy.
It's valid. You're valid.
Shut up, Josh. I will validate you in order to shut you up. Fine.
If only it were
whatever.
that simple.
Oh,
I can't, Josh. I can't.
I have one finger on my jetpack engage button at all times. All right, and then they fuck him up, and there's a fight, and he's a chicken or a lion or whatever the fuck, and they beat him up, and that's it. That's it for the yummy.
They get a whole medal out of it because when Gamel makes yummies out of one medal, that's all the medal you get. When they show up, and AG's like, I'm gonna fight this guy. Ank's like, we're gonna get like no medals out of this, and AG's like, I don't care, I'm gonna fight him, and Ankh is like. He's just like, I can't do it, but it's great. He's like Damian Wayne. It's wonderful.
It's awesome. It's a good fight. And then not fighting, on the other hand, we're back at the Couscousier, and wife and husband are all smiles and love. And he's like, I guess I should take pictures again, but I don't even have a camera.
And she's like, oh, don't you?
Ta-da, motherfucker.
I'm the best fucking wife in the world. How about that?
Yeah. Let me punch you in the face to remind you how fucking great I am. And then she's like, but I had to take out a loan.
Wah, wah.
At which point I threw my computer out the window and shouted after it, you had $10,000!
The worst part is she effectively took out a loan to subsidize his like terrible habits. That's the worst part.
Hopefully he learned his lesson this time.
No wonder she was mad. She's starting to seem a lot more reasonable, actually. And they're like, you gave good advice, AG. And everybody's like, are you sure? Everybody's literally like, really? And he's just like, wait, you mean my underpants stories?
Hey, AG, how about a job?
No job for me. Zoom.
Work? Achoo, I'm allergic to it.
And Hina's like, okay, this is bullshit. I'm going to sort this out right the fuck now. She storms off, and AG and Ankh are hanging out. AG's like lying on a bench, and Ankh's hanging out in a tree. And they're talking about like human greed and how it's important. And Ankh's like, I don't care about your underpants greed. And then Hina shows up, and AG's like, oh shit, no, you can't see this guy. And he's like, Jesus Christ, I'm over this. And like, look, my arms are strong. And she pushes the tree, and Ankh falls out. She grabs him by his hand. She's like, look, it's fine. I can deal with this. Come work for the Couscousier, you dumbass. And AJ's like, yeah, okay. And Ankh's like, my arm.
I don't know. The subtitle on mine, and I wrote down the line because it is so weird. It's just one of those little kind of like nuggets of like, oh God, very weird people made this show. I don't like this about myself, but I have very strong arms.
Yes, that is what mine said as well.
It's not feminine.
I genuinely loved that so much. And I also loved it because it was like, it also reminded me like, oh, right, Hina is on her own, super powered. And by all rights, this show should be about her. But it isn't. It's about Underpants Gnome and his fucking magic chicken suit. But it made me really like Hina and just like, oh, now I want to know all about how you grew up being super strong and being embarrassed by it. And I like hope that at some point in this show, and I definitely am not holding my breath. I'd love her to like come into her own, and maybe she gets to be Kamen Rider, or she doesn't even need this. She's got superpowers, and I feel like she should be using them. Girl, use your superpowers. Don't just shake jerks out of trees. Shake justice out of this world.
Wow.
Yeah, so overall, I liked this episode more than the previous one.
Indeed. Hard same. It was real good. Corey, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at Absolar.
What
about you, Josh?
Josh, where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me walking the earth with my underpants in hand. Just causing trouble and watching people explode. You can find me on Instagram because Twitter, not for this guy. I just want to look at pictures of dogs and meals. Josh A. Kagan with the C on Instagram.com.
You can find me on Twitter at Gold Sarcasmia. Doing, whatever.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Anything goes.